Xbox is doing a big reset. Studios are closing, people are losing their jobs, and I don't care. And most gamers don't care either. A lot of them think those studios deserve it. And frankly, they do. Before anyone starts clutching their pearls, I want to walk you through exactly why that's not cruelty. It's something the industry earned. So let's start with what actually happened. Xbox is restructuring, and the way it's being framed online splits in two. One side goes, oh, Xbox is gonna make good games now. No, that's not what happens. They're just closing studios and firing people that didn't make money. And I won't lie, they kinda got it coming. You can't make a Faustian pact with a company that wants and needs money, and then act surprised when your product doesn't make money and they close you. They invested in you. You didn't bring them what they wanted. So yeah, a studio like Compulsion Games and others are closing. Is it bad? My opinion? No. I don't think so. These companies have been bloated for years. And quite frankly, all these people are surprised after years of saying they don't like us, the consumer, or they don't like us, the game. Oh, are we doing the wrong thing? So no, that's not bad. For the last 10 years, they were insulting us, hating us, finding ways to attack us, the gamer. So the result is what it is. Why would anybody feel sorry? Because everything around the layoff is just the last part. Rewind. The developers of the past were geeks. They were fans of the thing they were building. You could see it in the detail. The old games were so meticulous that when you changed gear, you could see the character switch the gear. When you walked through water, there were ripples. An ancient technology.
Find the emergency release. You can do it.
From what I can see, because some games today can't even replicate what old games were doing.
The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
And if they couldn't make swimming work, they just make the character drown the second he touched the water. Because details mattered. Because they cared. That care is gone. What replaced it is lower budgets and rushed timelines. 5-10 years for a game when the older games had less than 2. Nero had a really good video about that. Go see it on his channel, I'll put the link somewhere. And I won't lie, they replaced the competence of the developer. And you can see it. People were comparing Avowed to the Elder Scrolls remake. How one had detail and the other didn't. Like when you shoot a wooden structure with a bow, the arrow sticks to it, and when you shoot the rock with a bow, the arrow breaks. The old games did that, the new ones can't. And a lot of it now is blueprints, the unreal way of wiring two nodes together instead of actually writing code. So if there's no ready-made node for the effect you want, it just doesn't get made because they can't build it from scratch and they can't even imagine it. The competence got replaced. But what's more brutal than anything else is this. They decided that pleasing gamers was optional. Them and all their studios decided their writers would chase the shareholder, chase the board, chase their little Revenge of the Nerds fantasy, where the customer is the villain, and they can lecture you and antagonize you and call you ists and phobes for not liking their design or not liking your self-insert. And they did it loudly. So at the end of the day, how good was it? It was so good that they have no more jobs. I'll be frank too. Job loss is part of life. Life doesn't owe you anything. You don't owe the company anything either. But the company made an impact, a bad one, on purpose, for years. And the result is exactly what it is. They reap what they sow. What's the term in German? Schadenfreude. Yeah, that's when you laugh maliciously at bad things happening to other people because they deserve it. And also, they sold themselves to these giants. And once a giant owns you, it can EA you. Buy the studio, take the IP, then gut it like EA did with so many companies. So that too, they deserve it. That's the double edge of that kind of deal. Now, I know I can sound really heartless talking about this when everyone and their grandma is trying to be sympathetic, but that's normal. When anyone else loses their job, they don't have an industry full of friends turning around and changing the narrative, so they look like they did nothing wrong and everyone feels sympathy for them. How many people lose their jobs and nobody cares? When most companies do something that bankrupts them, it's their fault. Simple. But for the game industry, even when they do something wrong, we're supposed to have pity? We're supposed to feel bad? No. They should get punished. And that's what's happening right now. Won't someone think about them? Maybe another time. Because right now,
Call the police. Get what you fucking deserve.
do all of them deserve it? No. But even if you didn't stop it, you still go down with the ship. That's the casualty of war. And I understand some of them were just there to work, hoping the industry would wake up so they could go back to doing what they loved. That's not their fault. But I know that. The passionate ones who lost their jobs can still go and do exactly that, without a giant standing over them, controlling what they can and can't make. That's why Expedition 33 did what they did. A small team made one of the best games of the year, while the bloated giants were closing their doors. That's the whole point. And the end of this industry, it's already coming. So, will Xbox survive? I don't know. And I don't care. I'll be honest. If they crash and burn, I'll be happy. But hey, we're gonna see what we're gonna see. People are ready to put everything on the new CEO of Xbox. They want it to be something new that'll change the industry. But it won't. They still have the dumb rules. They still have the dumb standards. And I don't think what I saw in the Game Fest and the Xbox Showcase shows that Xbox is ready to change, in my opinion. The West is cooked. That's it. On that note, stay righteous and be passionate.